many years here. It seems like I never left. That's how many years I spent here. Taking it along on Railroad. Let's go to Stony Brook from 1995 on. Yeah, unfortunately I ended up at Stony Brook. I was in Hampton before that, where the girl-to-guy ratio was like 10 to 1. Anyway, hey, there's some fine bitches in Stony Brook, so don't get me wrong. There's bad Jamaican girls. For some reason, a lot of Jamaican girls went to Stony Brook. Like they went to like some like private school in Jamaica, private school in Brooklyn, right? And they could skip a year. They skip a year in high school and they go straight to Stony Brook for some reason. There's some program they were in. So I met a lot of bad bitches at Stony Brook, okay? Not as many as in Hampton, but I had a few. Quite a few bad ones. I'm looking like Vanity from Last Dragon bad, all right? Okay? One had two at the same time that I couldn't handle. One wanted to be like my girlfriend. I'm like, well, I'm still chasing this. The next chick is just as bad as you are. So I'm like, I can't commit. I didn't want to like sell it short. You know what I'm saying? I'll be selling it short. She'd be playing herself, trying to be my girl when I'm not really totally committed. That was Desiree, and Christine was the really hot one. That was like, they're both really hot. Cause Desiree had Tomb Raider titties, by the way. And Christine, I was like bad as hell, like goddamn Vanity from Last Dragon. And Desiree was no slouch either, but I didn't want to, be her damn boyfriend or whatever. I didn't want to be locked down with her and shit. I was like, I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just weird. Anyway, but she was a bad girl. I miss her. She was like younger than me. I was like 22 when I met her at 22, 23, and she was like 19, barely 19. So she kind of like looked up to me. I was kind of like Desiree, I was kind of like a big brother to her in a way. So it's kind of weird. I feel guilty nailing her, but I didn't hesitate. Hey, that's neither here nor there, but I spent a lot of time at Stony Brook is my point. Yeah, especially this goddamn LRRR. It feels like I never freaking left. That's how many years I spent here. Because, I'm really originally from Queens, so when we moved to Long Island, I was always on Long Island Railroad going back to Queens all the time. From high school, from when I moved in 9th grade. So all during my high school, all I would do was take the Long Island Railroad back to Queens every weekend. So I was kind of a lone wolf. And Comac, Long Island, I didn't belong there. I went to school in Comac. I was living in East Northport, but I didn't really belong there. Not my element. So I wouldn't stay. Even when some girl gave me a number, this Italian girl gave me a number, and she mad I didn't call her that weekend. I was like, bitch, I wasn't even in Long Island to be calling you. I was in Queens with the Queens hoes. I'm so sorry. And she had that nerve, that attitude, like, I don't even like you that much for you to give that to me on Monday because I didn't call her on Monday. I didn't call her all weekend. Like, well, sorry, sweetheart. I wasn't even in goddamn Long Island. I was in Queens with the Queens hoes who give it up on the first date. I don't know about you. Even though she's Italian, she probably would give it up. But I was like, whatever. Don't talk to me then. Because I'm like, I'm not sweating you. I'm not sweating no white girl. I'll nail her, but I'm not going to sweat you. And besides, most of them had boyfriends anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I, like your side piece or something? Fuck that. It's complicated. It's complicated. I'll get you when I can. I'll nail you in the after class in a lock, in a gym locker. They take you in the girls' bathroom and nail you. I don't have to like hang out with you on the weekend. But she had a car though, so I don't know. All girls had cars there. They're all a bunch of Japs and spoiled brats. Whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That was high school. So yeah, this reminds me of being on the damn train on my way back home to whatever, I guess Long Island, East Northport, because that's where I was when I was going to Stony Brook for the most part until I moved to Queens my senior year. So I was still on the Long Island Railroad, just going even further, all the way to Queens. Yeah, anyway, I remember looking at that ad, the ad for Virtua Fighter for the 32X. Patience is a Virtua. And it seemed like a long wait for that to come out. Remember? It was months and months for it to come out on the 32X because I didn't have a Saturn at the time because that shit was too expensive. And so I had a 32X. So I was waiting for, Virtua Fighter to come on that so I can play Virtua Fighter on that. And that's how all my brothers, they got introduced to Virtua Fighter from the Virtua Fighter 32X. So with me, my stupid ass older brother 9-1 and my dumb ass little brother, the Duck of Death, we used to play that all the time on the 32X. Virtua Fighter 1. And then, I guess a year later or maybe less than a year, I just sold all my Saturn games. I took all my not my Saturn games, I took all my Genesis games and all my cartridges, and I sold them. And I got a, what you call it, I kind of had it as part-time job. So I had a part-time job plus selling all my Genesis cartridges, which is probably worth thousands of dollars now, to get a Saturn and Virtua Fighter 2. So when Virtua Fighter 2 came out, I was like, whoa! Because like Virtua Fighter was good, right, on the 36, but the graphics weren't that good. But when that came out on on the Saturn, Virtua Fighter 2 on the Saturn, it was like, whoa, like a million times better, you know? So and it was a big game we used to play all the time. It was even more fun than Virtua Fighter 1, which we had a lot of fun on. So that's my Virtua Fighter story for today. I know I tend to go and ramble, go on a little, trip down memory lane. Look inside my brain. I'm like Professor X, and you guys are the X-Men. I'm at this game for a long, long time. Over 30 years as a Virtua Fighter player. I've had a very long career. I picked up a particular set of skills that make me a nightmare for assholes like you. So what you gonna do? If Kizoku Mania runs wild on you. I'm on my way to Tiger Showman, as you can see, in Syosset. That's why I'm in Long Island. I'm really in Brooklyn nowadays. But yeah, my sensei's here, and I have like free membership for life with my sensei here, Tiger Showman here. So hence, I still come here. Because it's something I earned, I worked hard and earned. Even though I'm a natural, I worked hard and I earned it. So I'm proud of it. It's something I earned, I worked for it. I was, something that my accomplishment over my years doing this martial arts since goddamn 90s. So I go out of my way to come here, to still come here to train since I'm free membership for life. Even though I can go to any other Tiger Showman because everybody knows me. Because I used to fight on the fight team. That's almost semi-pro fights. So everybody knows me. And everybody that was on the fight team with me, they're all senseis now. So I can go to each one of their schools and just train for free there. But it's not the point. The point is, sensei is the one who gave me free membership for life. So that's why I come here. It's like loyalty. So, and he wanted me to be a sensei, but I dropped out of the sensei program back in 2002. Back in 2002, I dropped out of the sensei program. I was only in it for like a year and a half. But anyway, I just always, it ain't over till it's over. I can always go back. I'm thinking about doing that now because, do what you know, right? Or you know what, man? For all I know, I could just be a teacher on my own. I don't necessarily have to buy into the franchise because it's 10 G's to buy in. And then you get a franchise, or you can get part ownership of a school and be a sensei. You know what I'm saying? And back then in 2002, I didn't have 10 G's on me. I'm sorry. So if I did become a sensei in 2002, I would have been just a worker, basically. You just teach, but you don't get any of the profits from the franchise because you don't own part of the franchise. You're just a teacher, so you just get a teacher salary, which is shit. So it's not as good as being if I be a teacher now. If I was a teacher now, I have the 10 G's to buy in, so I'll be buying part of the franchise. So you actually get more of the profits. So you actually make money, So that's pretty much it. And the funny thing is, I know people that did buy into the franchise that didn't stick with it. Like Johnson. Johnson was in a sensei program. I'm pretty sure he bought in. Like, why else would you be in a Deshi program if you're not, right? And he didn't. He must not have bought in, because why would you buy in 10 G's in and then quit? He became a sensei, I think, and then he quit. He was in the Deshi program with me in the fight team, but Johnson quit. I remember that because friend Stein was also in the fight team. He is a sensei now. He's over Rego Park. He told me that Johnson quit and he became he worked at the Genius Bar, for Apple. So he must have not have been in the franchise. You can't possibly have been in the franchise and quit to go in the Genius Bar. If you have a franchise to make profit off of, why would you quit that to work in the Genius Bar? So obviously he was just training to be a sensei as a worker and not being in the franchise, which is not good, apparently, because he quit, didn't he? Anyway, that's my story. I gotta call I don't have to call Uber right away because I'm there a little early now. I don't have to be there at 7:30. Well, 7 o'clock actually. Yeah, I do have to call because it's 7 o'clock the class starts and it's about 6:30 now. So I still have time to call Uber and get over there. I'm definitely not gonna walk. If I walked, I'd just get there just in time. So anyway, I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe to VF Warlord Forever. Oos! Or I'll punch you in the face. Spit kick you in the head. Let's go. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the vibe. Peace.